Coming in hot chicks on a Wednesday. How we doing, brother?
Repping our boy Timmy McMahon. I got the push
the tarp, Timmy. Push the tarp, Tim McMahon.
Let's go. If you guys are a fan of us, you'd be a fan of this book, Push the Tarp. Look it up. That's our boy.
Yeah, great thing. Push the tarp.
Yeah. Hey, you're still in the Cape. You're not quitting.
Yeah, man. Dude, I got a question for you. We went to this nice little seafood. There's so many good seafood places here in the Cape. And remember the other day when I said on my Instagram, I was doing those like razor clams or like the long clams. Well, we went to this place last night. Jake had a place and Johnny, and they took us to it was a good little spot. And we got steamers. But dude, they were different steamers than I've ever had. They had like a tail on the end of them, but they were really good. You ever had those? I've
had every piece of fish you could put in your mouth. What's she
telling me? They're bigger ones. You dip them in butter, but I don't know. The mussels were incredible, but the clams were incredible. I just never seen them like this before.
Interesting.
It's almost like you grab them like a shrimp, pull them out.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, they have a little edge to them. Yeah, it's just a
different black tail on them.
Yeah, I had crab cakes yesterday. Real good crab cakes.
Like legit ones.
Legit ones. Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to make them. I want to make them myself. I want to make. I told you we got that grill, that Blackstone griddle. You said you got one.
I know, I got that. Yeah, I have that, dude. I have the same one.
I want to start making so much more fish on there, like lobster tails. Like you just keep it in the shell and you just put them on top, crush that stuff. I love it. Yeah, so good. What was I going to say? Hey, over the course of the last 2 days, there have been 3 shark attacks on Long Island.
Are you serious? Dude, you sent me that
video from Florida? Did you have a heart attack? Jess almost had a heart attack. So everybody, it's still on my Instagram account if you want to go there. There's a video of like a full-blown group of people in the water, in the ocean, in Florida, and like a 10-foot, that looked like a tiger or something, just starts swimming in between everybody. That was one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Dude, that was so scary. They're like, there it is. And then people are looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I would be like Michael Phelps freaking in that way.
How about
like
people just walking out of the water?
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, Dad. Hey, look, there's a freaking Jaws is right next to us. Let's just walk out of the ocean. Dude, I'd have been freaking swimming so fast. You'd never see me. I'd been walking on the floor. I'd have turned into Jesus for like 10 seconds. I'd have been sprinting on top of the water out of there.
Unbelievable, man. Yeah, it's not good. I hate it. I miss the water. I miss going in the ocean and surfing and stuff. But Jess is like, you're going to go in there, the leg's coming off, and I'm never going to talk to you. And I'm like, can't do it. So
I love when Jess goes off with you. It's incredible.
Always. So
funny.
So speaking of,
hey, really quick, I would want to give a quick shout out to my girl. I'm wearing the shirt, the Team Sarah shirt, and she's obviously on the other side of this whole thing. But Emily Walden too is a good friend of mine, fan of the show too. It's been battling for almost a couple of years now, and she's cancer free. So I just want to say,
wait a minute,
let's go, Em.
Wait,
let's get it. That's incredible. So,
I've been messaging with Emily.
Yeah,
I've been messaging with Emily.
Let's go in too. What?
I told her we should have her on. I've been messaging with her. I know her.
Yeah, let's get Emily on here. She's an awesome baseball girl.
Yeah,
awesome stuff. She's been so awesome to Sarah, man. She's been like checking in with her when it first started happening, and she's just savage. So
I owe her a message
if you're
back.
Listening to this, so proud of you and so excited that we're moving forward in this bullshit cancer. So tired.
Tell me about it, man. You're so right.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking on a much lesser note of injury, there are a lot of injuries going on. The Angels seem a little, I'll call them shark bit since we're talking sharks, but snake bit. What's going on, dude? How are you feeling about them?
Well, Trout going down is a big one for them, man. What's their record now, Chance? It's like they've taken a pretty much a nosedive in the last 10 days.
I'm gonna pull it up.
I want to say they're 2 games over 500 now. They used to be like 9.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of back to that 500 mark, that deathly 500 mark of the Angels, where we've been saying, what are they going to do with Shohei if they're sitting around the 500 mark at the deadline, which is coming up?
45-43, 7 games out, have lost 7 of their last 10.
45-43, 3-7 in the last 10. Shohei came out yesterday with that blister again, which you think it's no big deal, but dude, blisters. I've watched Josh Beckett battle a blister, which felt like all year one time, and I almost felt like in 2008 it hurt us down the stretch with him having that blister.
Yeah.
because that's a big deal, dude.
Al
Like,
Leiter, the first part of Al Leiter's career was fighting blisters, and he finally figured out his way. That's why he's called Mr. Blister in baseball. No joke. You got to put like brine on there from like pickle juice. Sometimes you got to do a little with the. You know how the jellyfish story? Do you know how that works? If you get stung by a jellyfish, what the best thing is to do to it?
Yeah, it's to pee on it.
Yeah. I've heard stories.
So what do? You stick your finger on a pickle jar, then you pee on your finger, and then you get ready to play.
Typical Friday night for the Chinchaminos, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so it's a dangerous time, man. The Angels, but hey, listen, it's not all over. You know, the Rangers still don't have DeGrom, even though they're legit. Astros are coming. Oh man, Angels, I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna start hearing trade talk.
What do you do, Chinch? What do you do? You're about 500 at the break. You have Shohei Ohtani, the greatest player of all time, on your team as a free agent at the end of the year. Do you make the fans happy and not trade him for the last 2 months, or do you make the fans happy and trade him and get something back?
Oh boy, here's what I do. I don't think you can trade him. I think if you treat him properly, you can pay him.
Dude, you think he's staying in Anaheim?
You say no shot. So. Dodgers?
The Dodgers, this is my one thing with the Dodgers. This is the 1 year they didn't get any free agents. They got no free agents this offseason.
Point.
They let Turner walk.
Right.
Who'd they bring in? They brought up they brought up Outman. They got some young guys. Obviously, Will Smith's. I think they're saying, we're going to back up the truck for Shohei, have him be with the Dodgers, and then his legacy really starts in Major League Baseball because he's going to get to the postseason. He's going to win championships. The Dodgers are sitting there waiting to pluck him, dude. And Shohei is at the point. Listen, man, you get to the point in your career like I got to and everybody gets to where, like, you've made some money. You want to win, though.
Right.
You don't want to just be like, hey, I made good money with a team. Like, dude, you want to win. At the end of the day, Shohei's like, hey, I've already made some decent money. I'm going to make a ton of money here. But also with that commitment, I want to win. And the Angels are not set up to win for the next few years. So I'm just wondering if that's why I think the Dodgers are sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah, you don't want to be Ernie Banks if you're Shohei and just be one of the greatest players to never, play in the championships. And I think, you make such a great point. And also, the taste in his mouth from the WBC has got to be on the front of his head. Seeing packed houses, seeing that was the most important thing. That the WBC was the closest thing to his experience in Japan. Clearly, when he's playing for the Angels, he's the draw. But this might be the worst baseball team he's ever played on, and he plays with Mike Trout. But, you know what I'm saying? I guess he's built. You're right. His legacy will be, he's the only thing, if he continues to be just generally this good as he is on both sides, the only thing he can try to do is be bigger than Michael Jordan, win more championships than Michael Jordan. Because otherwise there's nothing else for him to strive for other than to just keep doing what he's doing. Just
to put up numbers, and that gets old after a while.
It must, right? Yeah.
Chick, what about, we were talking too, we talked about Ohtani, what's going to happen in the deadline because now it's July. There were some other guys we were kind of going back and forth with. What are some of the ones that you're kind of looking at?
I'm so proud of your segue, man. That's a good segue. So it's a nice list on CBS Sportsline too. I'm grabbing some of the stuff off of there, but pitching market seems to be heavily more interesting than the offensive position player market. Although there's one offensive guy we'll get to at the end. But I'm just going to rip through a couple. Let me just rip through some names, and then you can pick them off, and I have some stats for all of them. But number one guy on the market says a lot of people is Scherzer. But then you also got Lucas Giolito. You got Jordan Montgomery of the Cardinals. You have Josh Hader of the Padres. Let me keep going. Name a couple other pitchers here. Paul Blackburn from the A's. Paxton from the Red Sox, who's having actually technically a quietly very good season for them.
I think that's going to be. I think right there that name pops out. James Paxton, lefty, back healthy, pitching well for the Red Sox. They're right. They're right. They're kind of settling there around 500. Is that a guy you move and you get a couple prospects? I don't know, man. It's
He's having from 2020 to 2022, he had less starts than he already has had this year. So his health was a thing we were worried about the last couple of years. If he needed to check that box, he's checked that box. I want to ask you about because you have always kind of been high on Jordan Montgomery. He didn't really do it in the second half the way we thought he would with the Cardinals last year. However, I found this stat, and you loved this stat. He is on pace for his third consecutive 30-plus start season. That's worth a couple bucks, right?
I think so, dude. To get 30-plus starts, to have that consistency, and that that shows me too that like this guy keeps himself healthy, recovers well. He does everything he needs to do. There's nothing better than a starter on your team. Every fifth day, oh man, Montgomery's going to be out there. He takes care of himself. Those 4 days in between the start, he has got a great routine. So like I look at Montgomery, that's an asset for anybody, man. The fact that he could throw 30 starts is huge. The one thing I would say at this point though, like starting pitching always wins out. So to have Montgomery in the rotation is great. But I almost feel like, man, you'd like to get that dominant guy that could come in and really, really like start getting you ground. Every time he goes out there, boy, you got a real big shot to win. Right. So I think that's what a lot of these teams are probably looking for right now.
Yeah, and to your point, if there is one guy who, when you hear his name pop up in a relief market, you're like, ooh, what could we do with him? And that's Josh Hader. He's still doing what he does. One thing he's doing better than he has done in the last 3 or 4 years is not giving up the home run. Now, granted, he's playing in San Diego. That's a different type of ballpark than a lot of the other players, especially like, Milwaukee, forget about it, bandbox. But, ooh, man, I mean, if you go get Josh Hader, by the way, also, I believe he's in a contract year. Yes, in a contract year. What do you have to give up a guy to get a guy who I'm thinking hired gun here. I think whoever's getting him, whether they can get him or not, he's got to go to free agency. He's not going to stay with the team. He's not going to do a deal before free agency. Yeah. So what do you have to give up to get Josh Hader for half a season?
Well, let's think back to what did the Cubs give up for Chapman back in the day? Remember they?
That's Gleyber Torres.
The Cubs went got they Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, and a couple other guys, but Gleyber Torres.
Okay, so there you go,
a guy
man.
who's played every inning of every game since. So yes,
right.
A legitimate prospect.
You're getting a guy like Hader that's a back end of the pen. What have we seen if we've learned anything in the last 10 years of baseball is the back end of your pen wins you championships, right? I mean, really, really does. Talking about Chapman, especially, when he was with the Cubs, a guy like Gleyber Torres at the time was one of the top prospects for the Cubs. So, or for the Cubs that went to the Yankees. Mm-hmm. So for me, you're going to get a guy like Josh Hader at the back end of your pen. You're going to get something in return for that. You're going to get a top prospect or two, probably a couple top prospects back, guys that are impact guys that are going to be good big leaguers.
Yeah. By the way, he's 0-1. That doesn't really count the record for relievers. He's got a 1.15 ERA. He's thrown, let's see, innings pitched. Let's see, where's your IP? 31.1 innings pitched and 47 strikeouts. So I mean, he's himself. Like he's himself right now.
Yeah.
13.5 Ks per 9.
Yeah, right. He's filling it up, just pumping back throwing that heater.
Yeah. All right. So here's the weird one. Here's the one we both were like, whoa, wait a minute. There's rumors. I don't want to call it rumors. I'll just put it more of like it's out there. If you are the White Sox, would you consider trading Tim Anderson, who I believe is in a contract here? We were shocked. We didn't realize that he signed that $100-something million deal after his rookie season. That was shocking to both of us.
Yeah. I was too. Where is he right now, health-wise, Chinch?
He's had a banged up shoulder. He's had a banged up couple of things here. Hold on. I'll tell you. Simmer down. His injuries have included. Oh, I'm looking at Paul DeJong like an idiot. Anderson. There we go. Sprained knee.
Yeah.
shoulder soreness are the two things that have banged him up this year, and his numbers are not what they have been. But hey, I mean, he's proven he's a
But he's back healthy, right?
yes. What do you think?
I mean, a guy like Tim Anderson, to me, I think he's such a confident player. You put him in the middle of a pennant race, you're like,
Oh yeah,
you're probably getting a good bat. A guy that doesn't strike out, puts the ball in play. He's a really good hitter.
mm-hmm.
Be a good guy. Good guy to have in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean he's having a really rough year. No homers, 0 homers so far. He's hitting 235, but again, he's been banged up. We've been talking about shoulders and knees, and
Yeah, shoulders and knees aren't good for hitters.
the one guy, the one guy that's not on this one list I was looking at, who I would say should be is we talked about him earlier in the season. Why am I forgetting his name? Little guy, Long Island Cubs. He's been awesome. Hold on. You got it.
Pitcher?
Yes, Stroman.
Oh, yeah, Marcus Stroman.
Somebody should go get Stroman. He's in a contract year, and the Cubs haven't paid him yet. He's pitched 6 innings in like every game he's pitched this year.
Yeah, he's been dominant this year. He's really been. Yeah, Stroman would be a great guy to get.
Yeah, and what made him pop into my head is exactly what you said about Anderson. Like those type of guys have the personality. They're like big game, or like nothing's too big or too scary for guys like that, and they seem to love being in the race and all that stuff.
What about a guy like Bellinger, dude, who's like known for his October heroics?
Right.
Even a couple of years ago when he had a terrible season, he dominated the postseason. Like he's not a 1-year deal with the Cubs too, right? Like that might be a nice little pickup.
And he's having statistically he's hitting in the 270s. He's got a couple bombs. You know where I think is a good fit for him? The Yankees, man. They need another outfielder. Aaron Hicks was supposed to be their center fielder for the next 7 years. Who, by the way, is dominating in Baltimore right now. So happy for that guy.
Bro, also too, I was watching yesterday. Did you see he homered yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
Dude, he's using a split grip. Like Ty Cobb, Honus Wagner. Dude,
I didn't notice that.
He hit the ball. He hit the ball in contact. He was like that. I'm like, wow, it's incredible. Dude, one of the reasons you use a split grip is because you're pulling off the ball. And sometimes he had that one-arm finish, I think, when he was with the Yankees.
Yeah, a little.
Like, you use the split grip to try and really stay through the ball. He's hitting the ball well, dude.
Yes, he is. Dude, he's crushing it. He's dominating for them. That's like one of the best things. That's like one of those perfect cases of get out of one place and get into another one.
Change the scenery, man. Change the scenery. Change your mentality.
Yeah, and you could tell because he was getting Yankees fans were just killing him, man. Killing him. When he hit that homer yesterday, you could see that because he's in Yankee Stadium, like you could see how fired up he was, and you could almost kind of see how happy his former teammates were. Like they kind of were putting their heads down, but he's a great guy. Like I don't think
he's a great guy. Dude, they loved him there.
Great golfer, I think.
Dude, I heard he crushed the golf ball further than any pro.
Yeah, I think is he not married to Tiger Woods' niece or something? Hold on, I got it.
Really?
Hold on.
No way, dude.
Hold on, dude. I'm telling you. Yes,
maybe.
Dude, I'm right. He continued to play golf in a PGA Tour event in 2009. Hicks got engaged in 2000. On October 27th, 2021, Hicks got engaged to professional golfer Cheyenne Woods. She's either his niece. Hold on.
Are you serious? That's incredible. No wonder he's a good golfer, or no wonder she likes him.
Well, both. I mean, he's also a handsome guy. Oh, okay. Here we go. She is a daughter of Susan Woods and Earl Woods Jr., who is Tiger Woods' half brother. So Cheyenne
now it's getting dicey.
6 degrees of separation. Well, no, she's half niece. She's his half niece. I'm sure they know each other.
Junior's daughter.
Yes.
Who's Tiger's half brother.
Yes. My dad always tells a story when he was a kid that there was a kid named Earl in his class, but he kept telling the kid's name, your name's Oil. That's not how you're supposed to pronounce oil. It's Oil. He tells the story all the time because he said Earl. I don't know. It's a stupid story. I just thought about it.
Anyway. I wasn't following that story.
Your face, you just look so sick of me right now.
I might call him Oil. Where are we going with this?
All right. Anyway, what else you got? You're staying on the Cape for how many more days?
Yeah, one more today, and then we're leaving tomorrow. We're gonna have probably breakfast with Jake tomorrow.
Is there a game tonight?
Hopefully get you a game tonight. How about this? I've been down here since Sunday, I've seen him have 3 at-bats. He got hit in the calf, didn't play the next 2 nights, got rained out last night. So hopefully I see him play tonight. I've seen 2 at-bats in 4 days.
Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah, but you've been having fun, right? Did you get to
Oh,
hang?
yeah, dude. We had a nice dinner last night. Because the game got rained out last night, we had a nice dinner last night. It was nice.
Nice.
And they were just so nice to see him, bro. Just feel great.
How many games a week did they play? I'm assuming
They play
doubles,
like 6 a week.
doubles
6?
on Saturday and Sunday, no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah. They're playing 6 games a week, probably. Wow. Yeah.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah, they're getting after it.
That's awesome. It's all in the same towns, though. But although you got to drive to different parts, different sides of town. Is it far to go to some facilities, or are they all together?
No, it's all pretty close, dude. It's all really close. Yeah, everything's pretty close. I think the furthest would be like 40 minutes or something like that.
Nice. All right. So what are you going to eat?
Wait, I got one more shout out to.
Oh yeah.
Dave. One more shout out to Dave Bednar, who just got added to because of Clayton Kershaw. He got added. Kershaw's out. He got added to the All-Star roster, which is awesome. The closer for the Pirates. And I don't know if you saw, but he wrote a letter to Mr. Kershaw. Please enjoy Pittsburgh's finest, and he sent him a case of Icy Lights on ice.
Nice.
Iron City beer out of Pittsburgh, Icy Lights.
That's so awesome.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's so good.
Nice. Get after it. All right. So we got that going tomorrow. Hey, we have gotten confirmation. The young lady who won the female side of the Coney Island hot dog eating contest is coming on with us either tomorrow or the next day or early next week. And she's psyched to come on. She's like, I'm honored. I'm like, no, we're honored. You come.
Dude, let's go. I want to know how she gets all those hot dogs down.
She did 39 and a half yesterday. 39 and a half.
39 and a half hot dogs. How long? In
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Joey Chestnut did 67 or something. It wasn't close to his record. Dude, I watched it. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's hard to. It's like watching it.
Bro, they're Joey Chestnut's jacked too. Like, how are these people jacked?
Dude, that's what I want to ask her. They're all jacked. All of them. There was this one guy who did the Ray Lewis thing when he walked in. Huge. Some of these guys, there was this one guy who was 6'2", 265, dude. And then another guy comes out and does his shirt thing, like how like Usher and those guys do.
Yeah.
This guy had a 90-pack for his stomach. But I'm telling you, that's what I want to ask.
If he's on the gas. I wonder if they do that. I wonder if they're on the gas.
I want to ask that question too.
For hot dog eating.
I said it to Jess too. I'm like, well, think about it. It's all about the muscles. This is what I'm very excited to ask this young lady.
Yeah,
it's all about the muscles. No, but like you can move food through your body, through your abs and stuff like that. I'm telling you, there's a thing to it, which is what we were going to ask her.
Well, at least we know they're not gluten-free because they're crushing those buns at an epic rate.
Dude, can you imagine eating 60 hot dogs in 10 minutes? When I have like I can have 2 at like a party. When I go to the 3rd, I'm down for the count for like a day and a half, dude. Yeah. Nitroglycerins in my grill. I can't do it.
Bro, if I had I don't eat carbs really, like gluten and stuff like that. Last night I had a freaking ice cream cone.
Yeah.
Dude, I was down for the count. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I was down. My stomach was on fire all night.
Oh, ice cream cone. Oh, my God, yeah. I had Carvel, Long Island Special. Carvel.
Oh, Carvel, yeah.
Soft serve with just
some rainbow sprinkles.
Couldn't walk the next morning for like 2 hours. It's terrible. I hate getting old, man. Remember when you were 7?
Oh, dude. I used to crush ice cream cones at an epic rate back then.
Oh, ice cream cones, toasted almond bars, like left and right.
Yeah, burgers,
dogs. It's a shame, man. Getting old sucks. All right. Well, let's get after it these next couple days. What do you think?
All right, brother Chinchy. You're the best. Push the puck to McMahon.
Watch out for the Sharks tonight.
Emily Walden, Sarah Davis. Yes. Let's go. And let's go.
All right.
Love you, bro.
Love you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.